47% of clothing brands that don't make it past 4 years. What do you think is going to separate you from being in that statistic of the 47%?
I think for this to work, I can't sell the brand, right? I got to sell the lifestyle. My biggest fear was how I know somebody's going to come in the door and want to buy something. You ask me what my biggest fear is now, is keeping up with product. Because my real supporters, the people that support the brand, are the people that walk through those doors every single day, and they come here and they take a look at the store, and they get sold on the vision, on the dream of like, yo, this is tough. This is tough.
How can you take this to the next level?
My next big thing that I want to do is
I come in here, it looks professional. Tune into the content.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Direct Discussions Podcast. This one's a very special episode. We are located right now at Unsponsored Clothing in Grand Prairie, Texas, at their outlet location with the owner of the company.
Vic, how you doing today?
I'm good, brother. Thank you. Highly flavored.
I appreciate you for letting us into your space and getting everything started.
No, man, I appreciate you guys for even, considering me and reaching out to letting me be in your podcast. I think that's, dope, the fact that you guys made the drive and wanted to even shoot it at my spot. Like, I've been seeing y'all's, y'all's pod, and wherever y'all are shooting now, it's dope. So, you know what I'm saying? For you guys to be like, bro, I want to use your store.
Yeah.
That was like, hell yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you guys might have thought that, it would have been cool to throw it here. And I honestly think it would have been cool too. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time and inviting me to y'all's pod, man. I appreciate you guys for real.
Yes,
I
sir.
know, for sure. Most definitely when I found out. Okay, so the first time I got exposed to Unsponsored is because I saw this what is that? Iron Kingdom and Unsponsored doing a collab.
We did a pop up at their Oh, you went to that?
No. I actually follow them because somebody was like, "Oh, you should check out this gym, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, let me check it out." And then I saw the clothing brand. I saw you guys did a pop up there, and I'm like,
"Yeah,
who the fuck are these?"
Yeah, no facts.
Out of nowhere, bro. I'm like, "Yo, these shirts are kind of tough."
Yeah, honestly, bro. For a lot of people, they have that reaction like whenever they first hear of Unsponsored, like it's. So it'll be like somebody see Unsponsored and they'll be like, who the hell are these guys? Like, this is a tough shirt. And then they find out they have a store, and then like they really get like locked in. They start like doing their research. They start like, messaging us, like looking for a sponsor. It's just once they see that we actually got something going, people actually start messing with the brand. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's one thing that I did realize early on when I did mess with the brand at the beginning. When I saw them back on that Facebook post, I'm like, okay, cool. These are cool. Then I found out that there was a spot, and then I found out there was another spot. And I'm like, man, this guy got like 2 stores already.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my first question. But, before we get to all of that, real quick, how'd you get into the entrepreneurship?
Bro, so.
All right. Before you get started, let's start with Vic's Kicks.
What the hell? Stop. Who have you been talking to,
Nardwar.
Bro? Who the hell have you been talking to, bro?
Nardwar.
He's got Nardwar on speed dial.
Who the hell have you been talking to? It's crazy, bro. Vic's Kicks is something I started like when I lived in Wisconsin. I was living in Chicago, had recently moved to Wisconsin. And I said, dude, I'm gonna just like, do my own thing with the shoes and whatever. So I did the stuff with the sneakers. And then I dropped like some hoodies, some T-shirts or whatever. I came to Texas and I brought that over here. And then I was just cooking, bro. Like whenever I got here, like I opened up a shoe cleaning kiosk, which I already had in Chicago, but I'm originally from Dallas. So the reason why I moved back is because I moved to Illinois when I was like 17, dude, fresh out of high school. Dude, I graduated 2014, fresh out of high school, graduated a year earlier, went to like one of those early graduation schools. And dude, I was just chasing money, so I had my kiosk out there, shoe cleaner, and then to fast forward, dude, because my story is very long, but I'll try to be as specific as I can be. So I was working for like a company here in Dallas when I was like 14, bro. I worked out here for like 3 years, and then I was working for I started as a scrubber. That's what we call the shoe cleaner guys or scrubbers. So I did that, bro, for about 3 years, bro. Worked my way up, bro, from like a scrubber to a assistant manager to just having like a higher like a manager position bonus, whatever. And then after that, bro, like I finally turned 17. I was graduating high school. I knew that I wanted to do something else. I knew that I was making good money, dude. Like those bro, the people that you guys see at the shoe cleaner, bro. Real quick, I do want to like shout out those people, bro, because those are like hustlers, they grinders. Like, bro, they really like they really be on their grind, bro. We really do make money. But anyways, though, right? So I did that. And then I eventually said, like, you know what? I can't be a scrubber for the like. What's the next thing? You know, and I've always thought that way in all my businesses. I always said, what's the next thing? Like, I'm making good money, but I can't get, you know, stuck doing this, just scrubbing sneakers, scrubbing shoes at the mall. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to reach out, try to open up a kiosk. So that's what I did, dude. As soon as I turned 17, fresh out of high school, reached out to the owner of the company of the company that we were selling the shoe cleaner, and then I said, hey, bro, I want to open up my own shoe cleaner. And then he said, well, bro, the market in Chicago is open. So that's Shirley thing, bro. That's what I did. I moved to Chicago. I did that. I was there for 4 years. I maximized that, and then I got to the same point I was when I went from being in Dallas to go to Chicago. I said, okay, I got like 4 kiosks in Chicago. Like, what's next? I feel like I've already masterminded this. So then that's when I said, you know what, bro? What if I made my own shoe cleaner? And then that's when I said, bro, I'm gonna make my own shoe cleaner, and I'm gonna start distributing my shoe. I'm gonna become the guy that I was working for. That's who I was trying to become. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing I've always like try to do, bro, is always try to see the bigger picture. Try not to get stuck or comfortable where I'm, where I'm at and stuff like that. So, but that's kind of how I started Vic's Kicks, bro. I came back from Chicago and I was doing the sneakers, bro. I've always loved shoes. You know what I mean?
So when you say you were trying to make your own cleaner, was it just the name you were trying to get big? Was the brand, or you like actually went and had the chemicals like your own shoe cleaner?
Yeah. So no, I actually went into, like I said, you know what? I'm gonna find a manufacturer that can produce the cleaner, create our own oil. So like I made a cleaner out of like just different oils and brushes and did, experiment just the whole thing. And I ended up calling the Care Shoe Cleaner, and we sell it in here, bro. There's some boxes in here, bro. And I'm actually about to start opening up. You know what? I ain't gonna spoil it, bro. I ain't even gonna say too much. But anyways, though, man. So that's kind of what it is, bro. But the Vic's Kicks, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That definitely threw me off, bro. Because the other day, like maybe a couple months ago, I was looking at my archive stories, and I was like, let me just see what's up. And then I started seeing like some hoodies that I had dropped, and then some shirts. And then I'm like, it's funny because like if you ask me now, was my plan? How did I get into I don't even know if that's gonna be one of your questions, but I'm sure it will be. How I got into this whole clothes store, dude. Like bro, I was never trying to do clothes. Like I had no idea I was gonna end up where I'm at. Like right this second.
So was entrepreneurship always a part of you, or was it like your dad was an entrepreneur, your uncle was an entrepreneur? How was it for you?
No, bro. I think it was just me, dude. I think it was my dad. My dad is the reason, bro. I feel like I became who I became. My dad, he never had no business. He's always been a 9-to-5 guy. You know what I mean? And not to talk down on my father or anything like that, bro, because my father is my hero. My father's my hero, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, but and it's cool. Like I don't blame nothing on my father. I don't blame. If anything, bro, I look up to that guy, bro, every single day. That's the person I'm thankful for every single day, because every single day I remind myself that I want to be just like my father. He might have not put me in the life of luxury and
but as a way to repay him for raising you the way he did, you're like, let me do something else for the family.
I feel like I will forever be in debt with my father. I feel like that's a debt I will never be able to repay back. My dad has raised me to be, I guess the person I am, who I am today. That entrepreneurship, I definitely think it started because of me. I just saw my father how hard he worked and how much he killed himself, and
you're like, nah, this is gonna be us.
I said, I can't.
I'm gonna be the one that carries that on my back and take care of it for the family.
So so that's why I told myself, you know what, I gotta figure something out. So at 14, dude, I was living in some apartments in Irving, dude, and I remember the first time I actually loved money. Like I felt like I fell in love with money, and dude, I sound enthusiastic as shit about that because I'm for real in love with money, and not in the form of like I'm chasing the money. It's just in the fact that I just know, money not everything. We all know that, right? But we do know that money buys you some access, and it could buy you a better life. You know what I mean? It could open up certain doors, right? So when I first fell in love with money, dude, I was living in some apartments, dude. It was like me, my aunt, like for 4 kids, my grandma, and me and my pops. And bro, there was a guy next to me, dude, selling like he was making them fake CDs. You would sell the movies and stuff and shit like that. And bro. he was selling them, and at one time I was like, man, bro, like, let me go sell the CDs for you. He said, nah, man, I don't want you to get in, because they were
piracy.
they were
bootleg,
exactly
piracy.
bootlegs. You can't do that. He said, I don't want to get you in trouble with it. I'm like, man, look, listen, I got you. I'm not gonna get caught. I get it back, whatever. So he said, you know what? Here you go. I'm gonna give you 20 CDs, dude. You can sell these, and we can talk. I said, okay, bro. Boom, bro. Gave me 20 CDs. I didn't sell them all. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I did sell like 15. That's obviously pretty good.
Yeah.
$5 a CD, whatever. And I mean, I made some bread. I was making like $2 a movie, but you know what I mean? To me, bro, I'm like, I was like, I feel like I started getting motion. Like, I'm like, okay, I got motion here. I'm trying to do something. I love money. Like, how can I get more of it? You know what I mean? And that's really the first time I said, bro, I love money. Like, how can I, what else can I do to make more money? You know what I'm saying? Like, my thought, bro, every time I would go to school, I just wanted to build that bell to ring just so I can go pick up the CDs and out there and like, let's go. Like, apartment through apartment, complexes, bro. And then that's kind of how I said.
I like the fact that you brought that up because it reminds me, because the thing that like clicked for me was that $2 a CD. Because when I was a kid, I was maybe like around the same age. Dude, we used to get picked up in a van by these two Hispanic dudes who were like, come on, we're going to sell some chocolate. So bro, dude.
Wait, did you know the guys or?
No, okay. So I knew the guy because my homeboy was working for them. And, it was like, oh, yeah, charity, this and that. Obviously, in hindsight, it's a fucking scam.
Yeah.
But, they would pick us up in the van, like 4 to 9, go through neighborhoods, drop us off in the streets, pick us back up, $2, boxes of $10. You get $2 off that thing. So, being that young, starting off, with the $2, I'm like, it was nothing back then, dude. But, the ability to get that money, bro, it was like, this is money that I didn't have, that I got myself.
Yeah, that's why the grind is always the prize.
Yeah.
The money, not the prize. You know what I'm saying? I start the clothing brand. It gets to, whatever, 5, 10, 20 stores or $1 million of revenue. That's not the prize. The prize is the journey. The journey. Every single moment you spend building this, growing this. The stories you get to tell. Those are what people don't want to care. You're not going to sit here and talk to people about how much money. You want to sit here and tell people about like what you've been through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what?
So what you call it? So, since we're talking about, the price that we pay, which is all of this, but fast forward to my next question. What are some of the challenges that you face, starting a clothing brand?
I think I will say that this is, in all my business, I've definitely have partners. This is my first business that I've been solo with it. I think this time opening a business myself, I think it was hard. I learned a lot. I learned how to, make my own LLC, do my own sales tax, quarterly tax. But I think one of the hardest obstacles or like that I've ever faced, like open, with the clothing brand is I think it's when I first signed like the lease for the mall, for the, the Grand Prairie outlets. Because I was already selling my clothes at my shoe store, and the shoe store was, was making money. It was good, Everybody was telling me, dude, if you're already selling it here and it's selling well, why would you open up his own store, But, they don't vision, people don't seem to vision your dream the way you envision your dream, And I've always said that. So I said, I think the biggest, like a struggle, dude, was probably opening up this first store. And it's crazy because I feel like it also happened at the same time, because at the same time I was opening this, we had got a letter that we were getting kicked out, or we were getting replaced by another shoe store into the mall. So I just said, bro, this is crazy. You know
Perfect
what I mean?
timing.
Like it was just like perfect timing. But now I'm also thinking like, yeah, right, this is perfect timing. But I'm also thinking like, well, at least I have an income over there, right? With the shoe store.
Yeah.
This is new. You know what I'm saying? God knows if anybody is gonna walk through those doors.
Yep.
God knows if anybody's gonna come in here and actually buy it and shop. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, nah, we cool, So I think like one of the toughest challenges I've faced opening up the store is probably opening up the actual store. You know what I'm saying? My biggest fear was how I know somebody's gonna come in the door and want to buy something. You ask me, my biggest fear is now is keeping up with product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running
so
low.
hard. Yeah. So hard.
They're like,
Flip that.
My people at Parks and my employees at Parks are like, dude, I need more Lucatis. I'm like, bro, we ain't got none. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I need more. I'm like, bro, we just don't have any. Like, and that's honestly like a truly, a blessing that I feel like I'm thankful for. I think people in Dallas, I think also what it is that people in Dallas like love to support. Because people have asked me like, bro, would you ever open up another city? Like I said, I lived in Illinois, Wisconsin. I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I think Dallas, bro, is definitely one of those cities that like people love to support. You know, anything Dallas, like people just love to support. You know what I mean? Like local brands, like, you know, you guys know we do all these local pop-up markets and stuff. Every time we go, people are just like, this is your brand? Okay, I'm here to support. I'm whatever, you know? I think Dallas is like a big community that just, they love to help each other. You know what I mean? Just however they can help, I don't know. I feel like at least that's the kind of vibe I get from the city of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I could attest to that a little bit. I had tried to start my own clothing brand straight
What?
out
For real?
straight out of high school.
Okay.
Just trying to do it. Started off like everybody says, $20 t-shirts,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But for me, one of the main things that I always tried to focus on was quality and charging a certain price for the quality. So when I had started, I was trying to get my shirts into a nice box. I even bought the box before I even bought the clothes because I was all about presentation,
facts. Facts.
and then I'll worry about everything else as we get it going.
I thought I brought it with me. I brought the wrong sweater.
oh shit.
That's funny. But so, yeah, I was trying to do it and everything like that. I think the hardest part for me was, like you just said right there, is doing it all on your own. At the beginning, there was just me, my brother handling all the behind the scenes stuff, and then another guy that would just edit my ideas I had in my head. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. It was just three of us. So when you say you took on this whole endeavor by yourself, I can attest to that. So the fact that you can make it this far with 2 stores, a lot of great designs is immaculate to me because I see it says you started in 2022, correct?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's like basically during the pandemic.
Type
and
shit.
that was one of the main things that killed my whole, like, I guess you could say motion of my brand was the pandemic because I had started in 2017. So as soon as it got to 2 years in, the COVID hit. So it was like nobody was really paying attention no more. And at that point, it was kind of just like, all right, it's slowing down. Let's just try to move somewhere else. It's not going the way we wanted to and everything like that. So what do you think has helped push you to get to this level right here?
I wouldn't lie to you if I told you that I and I talked to this to some of my people, some of my the you know, the people in my team. I'm like, bro, I will lie to you if I told you that I don't have fear when I say, like, bro, what if people just one day just randomly say, you know, I'm not gonna shop there no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something that goes through my mind every single day. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and even my employees will always say this, like, bro, I feel like sometimes people just come here just for you. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not here, they won't buy anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's my job as a, you know, as the face of the brand to always, like, I guess I always try to get involved as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So why you see me at the pop-ups, the reason
Yeah.
why you see me at work, the reason why you see me here. You know, when I first actually started the brand, I was trying to be like ghost owner. I wasn't really trying to be like, you know, I wasn't trying to let nobody
Yeah.
be like let people know who I was or who, you know, I was just trying to be like one of those ghost owners where like nobody kind of really know, you know?
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what, dude, like, no, I think for this to work, I can't sell the brand, right? I got to sell the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
People fall in love with you and they're going to fall in love with everything else you do, you know? So that's why I said, you know what, let me try to get more involved. Like, you know, at first, so when I first opened up the store, I was doing pop-ups before I opened up the store.
Mm-hmm.
And then I opened up the store and I started getting comfortable. I won't lie to you, I got comfortable. I stopped doing pop-ups. I'm like, I don't need it. Like, why am I going to spend $200-$300 on a sneaker con or other shows where I'm chilling? You know, I got a store, I got employees.
Yep.
You know, I wouldn't lie to you if I got a little big-headed. But dude, I got like checked real quick by myself. You know, I went to a pop-up, killed it. And then I said, bro, yeah, like, it's time to get back in that mode, you know? Like, I need to be here. Like, I'm missing all the money. Like, what am I doing? I'm off on weekends. I'm not doing shit. Like, this is my only income right now, bro. Like, full time. Like, this is literally what I do full time. So I think it's very, like I said, I do have that fear of what if just people just don't want to come in here and shop no more, right?
Yeah.
So which is why I think it's very important to move the way I am moving right now. I think if you don't know me, and I've, you know, obviously this is the first time you guys probably ever had a conversation. I try to be a very genuine person. When I move with my heart. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh man, you know, like F what people think," and you know that you shouldn't really think what people think about you. I think that's true, but to an extent also, right? Because like the way you move is the way people are going to see you and see your brand. You see what I'm saying?
actions.
So when people come into the store, dude, I don't get big head. Honestly, dude, at the beginning, I was kind of shy. I would even lie to people. I'd be like, dude, you know, yeah. I was like, nah, bro, they from Dallas. They're a local brand. They hot. You know, I guess that was just the humbleness. You know, me trying to be humble, trying to, you know, like not try to expose that I'm the owner or whatever. But the more I started saying it, bro, and then it started following me, and then people would find out and like, bro, this you, stop lying, man. I'm here to support, like, you know, embrace that shit. You know, this your brand. I like your shit. This is cool. This is tough. So, like I said, I think if anything, I think I need to keep doing what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how people are, follow me and follow my brand and keep up with my brand, and then that's how they support. You know what I'm saying?
You actually said something. Sorry, real quick, Roger. You actually said something that I liked. You said that a lot of people from Dallas like to support Dallas.
Facts.
One of these other brands that I could say are that you remind me of, which I'm not comparing you guys, but True Brand with the upside
yeah.
upside
Yeah,
down
that's my boy
Dallas.
Saints. Shout out my boy Saints.
Upside
Yeah,
down
of
Dallas.
course.
That blew up, and I feel like the way your brand is, it can be just like his,
Right.
where whether you're from Dallas or not,
Yeah.
you're like, I need one of those.
Yeah.
I need that no matter what it is. I feel like Dallas is becoming one of those places, like you said, where it's like LA, New York, you just buy the hat because you like
Yeah.
LA. You just
Yeah.
buy the NY because you
as a
frequent
NY, yeah.
New York or Florida, whatever it is. There's only a couple cities like that. And I feel as if the more people that move to Dallas, it's just getting bigger to the point where people are like, when I go to Dallas, I need one of those hats. I need one of those shirts. And I feel like, because True Brand's already got a sponsorship or a collab with the Texas Rangers. I don't know if they have one with the Mavs. Okay, they got one with the Mavs.
The
I can
Cowboys.
see you on that same level with these designs, being on the same, y'all can do a collaboration and it can happen where people are doing like, oh, I need to go to this Rangers game today or this Mavs game today so I can get that free shirt, whatever, not free shirt, but that shirt as well.
Correct.
I can see your brand becoming that. That's honestly what tied me
that.
to you, because I had seen somebody at the gym wearing this shirt. And I was like, yo, I've seen that shirt before. And then we go to the pop-up that we did at the Max.
The Max, yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is who owns the damn shirt. This is the guy that fits the shirt and everything.
And I was there. I was working it. You know what I mean?
It's like you said, your face to unsponsored is so key. It's so key because you are the brand. You are the face of the brand. So it's like everything you do correlates with unsponsored.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
So, in follow up to that, what do you need to do to elevate the brand even more to where you're at now? Because yes, you're the face of it. People know you for, oh, Vic, unsponsored. Okay, cool. But how can you take this to the next level?
And that's actually that's a great question, and that's a question that I've probably been sitting on for like 6 months now. Where I'm like, okay, dude, we got 2 stores. Again, what I was saying about like I'm the person that I can't get stuck somewhere. We got to find out what's the next thing, right? Like, okay, I get it. We got stores, we got sales coming in, we got pop-up shows. That's fine, but how do we elevate? You know what I'm saying? How do we make this more than what it already is? And that's a question that me and my team have been working on for like the past 6 months. And I think right now, I mean, we've already told a couple of people what we're doing. So I would just share this on the pod. So the name of my brand is called Unsponsored, right? Main slogan is endorsed by nobody to become somebody, right? So my next big thing that I want to do is, I remember being that guy because I saw the vision in my brand and I saw how far this can actually go, right? So I started calling like DTLR, Jimmy Jazz, Zoomies. I was like, hey, yo, I got this brand. I got some shirts. I love for you guys to wholesale. I actually, at the time, I knew the buyer of the Finish Line. Well, he was the buyer of the Finish Line, JD Sports now.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, bro, and they all said the same thing. They were just like, no, man, we're good. We don't want to mess with the sales. Like, what we're selling, what we haven't sorted out is great. So the name of my brand is called Unsponsored, right? So my thing, what I'm trying to do next is I'm trying to work with local people. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to work with clothing brands that are going through the same thing, that they know they have something, they're doing something with their brand. They're passionate about their brand. And instead of them going to other Zoom and trying to get the same no, I want to be that person that's going to tell them yes.
That's fire. Yeah.
So you know what, bro? Yeah, you know what? What's your brand? You know what I mean? But right now we're working on just like different things, like how we can get them in there, right? Because we're not trying to consign like the people in here. Right now we already actually have 2 people in here. We have Prestige Hash Collections, and then we have Ape Gains, which are the shirts are over there. So. And we're trying to, but these people have to be legit. Like they have to have a web. My team's working on it right now. We're working like on a contract, I guess, to like send out, because we're gonna be we're buying everything at wholesale. Yeah, like we're gonna do all your job for you. Like if you had your brand, you wouldn't just put it in here and hope it sells. Like no, like you tell me what you want for it, and we're gonna become essentially a buyer. Essentially, other brands will become our manufacturers. Make sense? Yeah. So let's take Paxson for example, right? Like Paxson had
Zoomies.
Paxson carries Paxson clothing brand, but then they carry other brands, Essentials, Playboy, Coca-Cola, just different. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help out other brands that are, but they have to, like I said, you know, there's certain requirements we have to meet here. Like, you know what I mean? You have to show me that if you really locked in your brand, then, you know, you got to have a website, Instagram, like you have to have social handles, you know, certain things that you got to follow. Like there's going to be a criteria. We're not just going to be like, cause you're my boy, I'm finna put you in here. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, and I think that's one thing, bro, like that for sure. I'm hoping that it'll help because, you know, now it shows people that like, yo, we for the people, man. Like I'm trying to put other brands in here that, you know, that don't have, you know, the maybe whatever opportunity to be in any other store, or they're struggling trying to get their merch out there. At least, you know, here we have heavy foot traffic. We're in the mall. Parks Mall is, you know, a very heavy foot traffic mall. Yep. So like, you know what I mean? For people to even come and see them and, you know, look at the, like, we're like, you know, my team is, my staff is trained to tell people about the brand. Like if they know they're not our brand, we'll let them know that we carry other local brands from Dallas. You see what I'm saying?
So in continuation with that, I mean, okay, so we're talking about, you know, you having all these other brands working with, but what is the most common mistake that smaller business owners who have clothing brands make that you've seen? Because, for example,
realistically, bro, I think it's people making sweaters in the middle of the summer. I'm being so serious. I'm being so serious. And I'm like, bro, whatever you do, I get it, but don't, like, I've been going to pop-ups and it's the summertime and they selling hoodies. I'm like, who the hell wants to wear a hoodie? Like, that shit might be tough as fuck, you know? Yeah. But, like, who the hell wants to wear a hoodie or some sweatpants? But people get so used to they go to these local, like, you know, vendors where they sell, like, the blanks and T-shirts and stuff, and they feel because it's a heavy hoodie, a heavy sweatshirt, like, they'd rather just drop a hoodie or a sweatshirt. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, that's cool, you know, but just realistically, stop dropping hoodies in the middle of the fucking summer. Like, I mean,
that is true. That is one though. You know what I'm saying? That is true. That is definitely true. But you know, I'm talking about more along the lines of, you know, let's say for example, there's a guy. They're like, okay, we already know the clothing brand is, you know, clothing market is so oversaturated. But everybody thinks, oh, let me put a design on a shirt. Let me put some words on the shirt. You know, oh, it's gonna sell. Oh, you know, maybe get 50, 60 Instagram followers. And I'm like, dude, nobody wants to buy that shirt. So what do you think they're going wrong? Are they not making a product for the people, or they're just making the product for themselves, thinking other people are going to catch on?
So I understand your question. I think at the end of the day, you know, I think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people making a clothing brand, and I made it myself, is they try to seek so much approval, so much acceptance from other people. You know, you make a design and you want to show it to like 3 people and you want them all to say like, that's badass. You know, you want them to be like, yeah, bro, this is going to go so hard. But even if they do say that, at the end of the day, bro, like it doesn't even really matter what they say. You know what I'm saying? Because that your friend that you're showing that design to is probably not even going to buy that shirt.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even going to buy that shirt. Going back to the same thing, you know, and I'll add this on here, like my family, my friends, I don't take none of that personal when they don't come in here and they don't buy nothing. You see what I'm saying? Those are the people those are not your real supporters. Your real supporters, my real supporters, the people that support the brand, are the people that walk through those doors every single day and they come here and they take a look at the store and, you know, they get sold on the vision, on the dream of like, yo, this is tough. This is dope. Number one question we ask, like this local brand, but they see that we got something going. But going back to your question, I think like stop seeking approval, man. You know, stop trying to, you know, make everybody happy. You can't make everybody happy. Yeah. You know, you might drop something. I done drop some stuff, dude, that everybody's like, nah, that's not cool. That's not cool. Because now, you know, we have a team. You know, now we have a team. So we drop something, we got to like, it goes to me and then it goes to somebody else and it goes to somebody else and then, you know, our designer or whatever. And then they're all just like, yeah, this is cool. But I'm like, bro, no, you know, we're going to drop it just like this. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, next thing you know, bro, like that thing will just kill it. It will succeed. Like, you know, it did so great on the racks. And you know what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing, you know, just stop seeking approval, man. Like if this is your brand, dude, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You just, I'm not saying to be an asshole and be like, no, we're going to drop it because it's my brand. You know what I'm saying? Still know how to word and talk to your team and be a great leader and be very open-minded. Like me, even to my staff, even though they have no saying, I send it to them and I'll be like, hey, bro, what do you guys think about this? You think I should, you know what I mean? Just try to get opinions about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, yeah, don't seek for approval, but also but I'm not saying don't take opinions from other people, like, you know, to see what they have to say or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I you know, another thing too is I think branding is everything. I think, again, you know, how you move is, you know, it will say a lot about you, and then, you know, will help people support. Like, you know, one of my biggest inspirations, like I fell in love with who they were first, like the actual owners themselves. And then that's how I fell in love with their clothing brand. And that's honestly what I'm trying to do, the same thing. I want people to know who I am, to know what I'm about, you know, to know that it's, you know, it's just a young Latino, 26 years young, with their own clothing brand. You know, we started October 29, 2022. And I want people just to see what we got going here. You know, that I want people to know that we're not just a clothing brand. We're more than a clothing brand. We're a movement. You know, I'm trying to help out people. I want to put people in my store, you know, to sell their clothes. Or, you know, if we can collab in some any other way, like I'm down. Like right now, dude, I'm actually coaching like 3 different people that they want to start their own clothing brand. And I'm not even charging them. You know what I mean? More so because like, I guess it kind of just happened like randomly, right? Yeah. But yeah, bro, I think to answer your question, I think that's what it was.
So real quick, Vic's clothing seminar is about to start popping up.
$5.99. No, I'm just kidding. No, I hate
masterclass.
Look, I won't talk up or down on those people, man. But I just think to me, it's like if I can help you in any way I can do, like I'm here for. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna, you know, spoon feed you or whatever. But like if I have some information that I can share with you and it's gonna help you and elevate you, I'm here for it. Like you know, I'm not gonna ignore your message or whatever. If I can help, I'm here to help. You know.
Homie finna have a master class in like 6 months.
That'd be wild. He's like, actually, I said I wasn't gonna do it, but it was a good idea.
No. One thing I do, a lot of people do ask where we like, you know, we make certain blanks. And one thing we are gonna start doing is like start offering our blank. That's another thing too we're doing too. So it's like, you know, another way, you know, that how we're helping other people is like people are paying top dollar for these expensive blanks, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say their name, but like they're paying $18, $20 for like a t-shirt, you know what I mean? And that's before it's printed
There's
in
no
the US.
margins right there.
So you know what I'm saying? So that's already like you're already at $20 like for just a blank t-shirt. And now you got to print on it. That's another $7, $8 or whatever. And it's like, you know what I mean? The tag. So you see what I'm saying? So we're gonna try to we're gonna launch like this thing where we're gonna just do like solid black tees for those people that want to have like a good quality t-shirt, and then just try to wholesale it at a less, you know, like at a lesser price. You know what I mean? So that's another way. Like I think I'm gonna be helping out a lot of people as well.
So there's about 47% of clothing brands that don't make it past 4 years. What do you think is gonna separate you from being in that statistic of the 47%?
I think I'm gonna stick with my answer and go back to what I'm telling you is I essentially want to just literally take Paxum's blueprint and just put it in here. Yeah. Does that make sense? Where this like essentially it'll just be a bunch of stuff in here. And I mean, and I have the, you know, connects to put other clothing brands in here. Like I can put, you know, Bitterness Boy Club or like, you know, other brands. Yeah. But I really want to do it locally with like Dallas. The people from Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, it says it on your shirt, you know, Dallas stand up to our city. I'm for the people, man. Like, I mean, I'm born in Dallas. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Not that I'm not trying to work with other people like out of the state. I'm open to it. Like I said, I'm very open-minded. But I think for me, I'm gonna have to stick and I'm gonna write. I think this next program that we're gonna offer and open, I mean, it's gonna work, you know. Like I
feel like it is because that's actually a good idea. I think one brand that you might know of that sound very very similar to, but I think you would surpass them on a maybe wholesale level is Kith. Because Kith does the same thing. They're based out of New York. He has his own brand, but he sells all these other like higher end brands with Kith inside of his store. Then he has his cereal bites that he has, those are good the 3 different levels. So it's like he's on another level of you come to Kith because of the experience. And now people will start to say, I want to go to Unsponsored because that's got all the Dallas brands. It's got everything.
Bro, I can tell you stories of people coming here and they're like, dude, I've had a guy who came from North Carolina. He saw it on his homegirl story. He checked this out. I was like, dude, this is one of the dopest stories. I was like, one thing, you know, people are like, bro, this is probably the dopest story I've seen in the, you know, this whole mall or whatever. You know what I mean? And bro, when I listen to that, dude, I kid you not, I'm just like, it's like the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like somebody telling me just like, bro, you're my hero. It's like kind of like somebody telling me, you're like, bro, you're my hero. That shit just brings like so much joy to my heart. Yeah. And that's really what keeps me going, you know? And honestly, that just makes me fall more and more in love with this. And I think when you love something so much, like it becomes easy. Yeah. Everything else becomes so easy. It's so smooth. It's a smooth run. You know, you're not like, bro, I like, you know, so manufacturers overseas, you know, a lot of our manufacturers are overseas. So overseas time, you know, it starts right now. You know, it's 9 a.m. and, you know, over there. So right now it's time for me to, you know, boom, boom, boom. Like, hey, what we need, what we doing, you know. So that's right now. So when we all communicate with my team. And we start, you know, okay, what's dropping? So right around like August, we start planning for winter. Yeah. And that's one thing, you know, I'm starting to move that way. You know,
Yeah.
I was at the beginning. It was all at the beginning. That was my mistake. I was ordering like I wanted to order the winter stuff like October. I'm like, bro, we're talking about
It's too
overseas.
late
You know,
now.
it's
It's
too
too
late
late.
now. So you know, but that's something that I've learned, and I think that's another question. You know, that I could an answer that could fall to your question of like, you know, what mistakes I've made. It's definitely that, like, you know, getting adapted to the seasons, the winter, like, you know, the you know, what can we drop, the colors, you know, certain things like that. I was dropping like bright orange, like in the freaking, like in the middle of
winter
October,
time or
winter
something,
time.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was like, bro, like, okay, what are we doing here? You know what I'm
I
saying?
did that same thing.
So, no, but it's a mistake that, you know, I mean, I made it and it's cool. But now I'm just like, okay, we meet. I have these meetings where we're like, okay, we need to drop stuff for this. And you know what I mean? Like, essentially now we're like a retail store. You know, that's how,
Yeah.
at least that's how I need to treat it, right? Like,
Yeah.
we have our sales stuff. We have like, okay, if this doesn't sell, we'll call it like a dead product. At this point, we try to either do something with it or like, you know, send it out to influencers or, you know, just certain things like that. You know what I mean? I try to, you know, we have our also like our pop-ups, you know, which those are very successful, dude. Like for us, like people, again, love to shop with us. You know, people will ask us, are you guys going to be at Melting Pot? You know, people,
Melting Pot.
Melting Pot Market. Shout out to
Bro.
those guys too. So, you know, but they do them in Frisco a lot, you know,
Yeah.
lately. So people from Frisco don't want to drive 45 minutes an hour to come to, you know, to the store or whatever. So,
But I think that's a price you have to pay as an entrepreneur, though. You have to make that drive because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the majority of your, let's say you do the majority of your sales, like within a day, you get that at a pop up. You know, because I mean, think about it. You're walking the outlets. You know, it's hot. Nobody really wants to walk, and then the only time people really come out here is usually on the weekends when they want to pasear con sus familias. But you know, that little
No,
drive.
he's not lying though. Yeah.
No, it's true
He's
though.
he's not lying.
So you know, 2-part question. Those pop-ups, how many days of sales are those pop-ups worth in comparison to your stores, like on a weekday?
I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. One time we went to a bodybuilding show. It was in Fort Worth at the Dickies Arena, and we were there. It was Maya and Alexa, two of my staffs,
Oh yeah.
who went there, and setup was at 5 a.m. The booth to be there was $400, right? We sold two. We had like a Papa's. We sold little things a little differently. So we sold like 2 items for $60 on the women's section.
Sales, yeah. A little
Always, yeah. So the Papa was the event started at 6 or like 7 a.m. and then intermission was like 12, and then after that, so the way the bodybuilding show works, like they do like the prejudge, and then they do it like they take a break and they come back for like you know, finals or whatever. So we were there till 12, and there was no sales. I'm like, bro, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 5, 6 hours with just no sales, and that I already knew that was just something was off about it. I'm like, bro, we don't ever go more than 20, 30 minutes without a sale. You know what I mean? So I told the girls, I'm like, hey, pack it up. Let's go. And as they were packing it up, I texted Marty, the guy from Melting Pot, and this is a true story, bro. Like, I'll show you after this. I was like, bro, you gotta open spot for me, bro. The event at Melting Pot already started. You know what I mean? This is like 1 o'clock already. The event at Melting Pot started at 12. So they're coming from Fort Worth to meet us here at the outlets. And I'm like, meet me here. We'll load everything. They're in their car. We'll load everything in my truck, and then we'll take off.
Yeah.
So that took another hour. And then from here to Frisco, it's another hour.
Yeah.
So we didn't get there till like 3:30. And then when we got there, the event's at Shields. Try to go there on a Saturday, there's no parking whatsoever, right? So it still took us like another 20 minutes to unload, pack everything up. The moment we got there, bro, I kid you not, and me and Alexa, and this is true, I promise you, me and Alexa got there. We're like, bro, we both need to pee. Like, bro, I needed to like go to the restroom bad. I'm talking about, bro, I was ready to just like take a piss right there. But there was so many, like I said, it was so packed. The parking lot was so packed. It was so full. We got there. Bro, it just like, it's like you ever seen like you're at the beach and you throw like cheese and all the pigeons just come in. Bro, that's how it happened. Like it happened so quick that I asked Marty. It was Marty's girlfriend, Juanita. I was like, hey, do you have an extra employee I can borrow? Because I need help right here. Like, we're fucking slammed. The event ended at 8. So we started up and rolling by like 4, right? So from 4 to 8, at 7. From 4 to 7, bro, we did 10 bundles.
Damn.
In 3 fucking hours, bro. That's all I'm really gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So I won't really get into like details of like what we do, how much we do or whatever. But bro, that's probably one of the craziest freaking stories. Like, so pop-ups are very, very good, which is why I continue to do them. Bro, in 3 hours, bro, we did $10,000. I was
That's
like, what? I was like,
crazy.
what the fuck?
And revenue.
Me and Alexa just forgot about the restroom. And then after that, like, once like 6:30 hit, we're like, okay, I need to go to the restroom for right now. I guess that excitement, that forgiveness, like just forgot about like totally what we were doing. And this is straight up, bro. Like I'll show you like after this, it's crazy. But that's why I continue to do the pop-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like people say like, bro, I'm trying to be, even the people that tell me like, bro, I'm trying to be like you. I'm like, bro, do you really? Like I'm out here.
Yeah, you got to go to the pop-ups.
I'm out here. Like I don't think you do. Like, people don't want to make that $200-$300 and some people don't got it. That's cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't got it, but you know what I mean? Or some people, whatever story it is. But you know what I mean? Always try to find a way before saying no. People are so quick to say no before they even, found a solution or two or three. And then they're like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? So, but the pop-ups are very beneficial, man, for those who, have a clothing brand or whatever. I would definitely tap Melting Pot people, man. I have so much love for them too, dude, because they've that day, bro, he didn't even have to like, show me. He was like, bro, what the hell? Like, you for real? I was like, bro, yes. Like, I will go right now and work the last 3 hours and I'll like, sponsor like $225 or whatever. So it was dope. It was a crazy ass experience, bro. And that's probably that's just one of my crazy stories that I've always like told, because I'm just like, bro, that's like, who the freak does, like, who the hell does that, bro? Like, who the hell does that?
Just like that.
Everything.
I was like, bro, what the, like, bro, this shit was,
But that's the thing I like about pop-ups, so, every time I see them pop up, No, but for real, though, like, the people that go there, they go there with a purpose. They know that they're going to spend some money, but they know they're going to the pop-up to support local brands. Yeah. It's not like you go to the mall and say, oh, let me go see what I want to buy and just walk around.
Window shoppers, right?
Yeah, no, they're going there to spend some money.
And it's honestly, bro, another thing too, like that clothing, like, I'm very open-minded. Like I'm those persons that like some people, and I've heard it from other people, like, man, they don't like when there's a lot of vendors because they feel like there's a lot of competition and they won't. I'm the opposite, bro. I feel like going back, a lot of vendors, the more money I feel like the people they feel like they need to spend, like they want to spend, because now they feel like they brought the mall to them, like they're at the mall shopping, buying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like that way. I've had some people that are like, man, I don't realize too many vendors, then we don't really make money. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like the more vendors, the better, because now you share the flyer, now you share the flyer, now I'll share the flyer, this person share the flyer. You see what I'm saying? So now there's more eyes on it. There's more, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now a lot more people know about this pop-up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Melting Pot also does it I honestly feel like Melting Pot Market is one of the best pop-ups, like people that coordinate events. I would have to say it'd probably have to be Melting Pot Market. They do a very good job at marketing and just everything. They definitely pull people, like, I think they do a very good job. So shout out to those guys, man.
No, for real. Like, I've been to maybe like 3 or 4 different melting pots, and every time I go to one of them, and I'm just like, this is actually a thing. Yeah. This is like an upscale pulga.
Yeah. No, for real. And then also where they throw it at, like at the Shields, like at the Grandscape in Frisco. I honestly think that like that's a great area to throw it at. Like, there's so much to do. I always tell like my people, I'm like, bro, even if you don't go to buy it, like go. There's so much. There's restaurants you can walk around. The Shields is huge, bro. Like I took my son like to the pop up like two pop-ups ago. Both of my kids, and I went inside the Shields, bro, and I was walking the whole thing, and they realized they have like a little playground area inside the Shields. I was like, bro, I spent like a whole hour there. I'm like, bro, let me put these guys to sleep, let them run around, and it was chilling.
So real quick, here's the main question everybody's wondering.
Talk to me.
Who is your supplier? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I know you ain't giving out those secrets. I know you ain't giving those out. So real quick, what came first for you? Was it the designs or was it the quality of the material that you were selling?
It was a quality, bro. Okay. I kid you not. I probably at the beginning, starting the brand, I probably spent like a good, couple $100 on samples, just like ordering different stuff. And some of the stuff didn't work. Some of the stuff was like, bro, this is not cool. Some of the t-shirts were ripping. Some of the t-shirts was like just poor quality. Yeah. And sometimes manufacturers send you a good sample, but then when they print, they send you a
trashier.
It's not what it is. Mm-hmm. So, I spend tons of money of like, researching and doing my research of like, is this good? And then, to ship one thing, it's a lot, it's expensive, even because it's coming from overseas and Rush Express, you're not finna ship, So I think for me, it was definitely always quality. I think I said, if I drop something, bro, this needs to be tough. Like this ain't gonna be no, Hanes t-shirt, not to talk down on Hanes or whatever, like, just being for real, I'm not gonna just drop this cool design on this, lame shirt or whatever. Right. Yeah. So when I first dropped that t-shirt that you're actually wearing, like we dropped it at SneakerCon, but that design was probably like 3 times smaller, bro. And then we said, you know what, bro, this is cool. And it was selling at 65 at SneakerCon. We sold it like, we were selling it. That was the first time we dropped them at SneakerCon. but in a blue colorway.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what if we expanded the logo, like, you know, just full jumbo print or whatever. Because at first I was just getting the t-shirts and then I was printing in the USA. But then I was like, you know what? I started asking like, honestly, bro, I don't really like printing in the US. Like, you know what I mean? It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Mm-hmm. It's just too much. It's just too expensive. That's all I really gotta say. Like, I mean, I know there's a couple of my boys that have like printing shops or whatever. But I'd rather just print overseas. You know what I mean? It's like an all in one. You know what I'm saying? It's an all in one. They do from tags to hang tags to, you know, strings. I mean, just bags, everything. You know, everything. So it's just better just to, you know what I mean, to outsource out of the USA. Like, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. We've definitely printed. That's how I started printing in the US. You know what I'm saying? Embroidery, screen print. But anyways, so when I first dropped that shirt, I was like, you know, what if we just blew this thing up? And then, bro, after that, like that shirt was just like
took off.
That is like the foundation of the brand. Like, you know what I mean? We probably will sell about 100 to 150 of those t-shirts every single week, and they're $65. So I'll let you do the math. You know what I mean? So. And I want to tell you guys a quick story too. You know, going back to what I was saying, like, you know, there's people that say I want to be like where you are, bro. Like I said, bro, when the American Airlines Center thing was going on, bro, the game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, bro.
So I was out there, bro.
I know.
I was out there. So, you know, like first day we went there, boom, did like 3K. Next day, bro, we went 6K. And then, bro, the next day it was halftime. It wasn't even halftime, bro. We were already at 3. But then I got a real quick story. Not that funny, but. The city pulled up on us. They said, y'all got a selling permit. I said, hell no. As soon as I said that, bro, 2 white Suburbans pull up on me, bro. And then it was me and my crew. I said, bro, throw everything in the back of the truck and let's take off. We literally parked right on where the stair was and wherever, right? We parked right there. And we were so lucky, bro, because if not, bro, I saw the city go there and just started taking merchandise.
Damn.
I was like, the ticket I can do, you know, $500 ticket, whatever, I'll pay that.
But
I'm not tripping.
merchandise is crazy.
But taking merchandise, did you hear what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
And like, bro, I went there and I took like a rack, bro, like a little ass rack, bro. And I'm telling you, we were doing these numbers, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, bro, it was crazy. Like, we were just like, even the security guards were buying. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
Like, the hot dog lady was buying. The girl that's outside was buying, bro. And I'm just like,
Israel pulled up on him, bought some shit too.
She's like, I'll give you 13 hot dogs for that shirt.
I was like, bro, no, she literally just bought it. And I'm like, how much? I was like, let me get one, bro. It was, but you know, those are just things that, like, you know, that just live in me, bro. I love, like I said, I love this. Like, I breathe this shit, you know, man. It makes it so easy for me just to keep doing what I'm doing, which is why I feel like I never get bored, because I'm always, people, you know, I had my boy, you know, tell me yesterday, bro, you work when you off. Like, my employees tell me, go home. Like, what are you doing here? Go home. You know, I have Kimmy and neighbors and like, bro, what are you doing here? Like, go home. Go enjoy the day off with your kids or whatever, you know? But I love being here. Like, I love spending time here. You know what I mean? Where else would I want to be? You know, this is what I do. I love doing this. And don't get me wrong, you know, I do work on the business as well as I do in the business, if that makes any sense. You know, I work on and in. And, you know, I think that's one thing that, because I also have to know, you know, that I have to be a great leader for my team. And, you know, aside from, you know, because I have staff for the store, I have staff for the pop-ups, I have ambassadors, that represent the clothing brand. I have influencers, you know, I have a videographer team, a full media team. And then I have my manager, which is Jairo. He's more like my marketing director, really. You know, so I you know, it's very important for me to communicate with all these people. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
So with all this motion you got going on, you know, there's only so many hours in the day. So tell me, well, really, you know, what is the biggest sacrifice that you have to make besides, you know, time to continue all this motion to go on? Because I mean, dude, like, when do you get sleep?
Yeah.
When do you eat? When do you go to the gym?
No.
Yeah.
I think honestly, dude, this year's also probably been one of my toughest like years that I've probably had to face. So I recently split up from the mother of my kids, and that was like very hard for me. Mentally, you know, it takes. I mean, it was for the best, but I know that it takes away from you. Like, you know, it takes this. You know, it wasn't even about, like, I understand that we separated. That's fine. That's not what I'm hurt. It's that I have 2 kids with her. You know, it's that you know, now I know that, like, you know, I won't see my kids every single day. It's the fact that I won't be able to spend as much time with them every single day. I think one of my biggest struggles, like, that I've always dealt with is knowing how to dedicate time to the people that I love the most, you know, which is my kids, man. And I think, I mean, it's hard, you know, but I also do understand that everything I'm doing it for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from nothing, man. You know, I got nothing. Like, you know, like even to this day, I act like I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard for me to just sit down and be like, you know what, I need to spend time with my kids, which I do. You know, I try to see them as much as I can, but I also know that what I'm doing and what I'm building is going to be for them.
Yep.
And every single day I wake up, dude, and I know that I got to go hard for them, you know.
And they're going to see it.
They are the end goal. They are the dream, you know. They are the blessings, you know. They are the reasons why I get up and I want to continue to be great, you know, a great person, a great father. I'm a father first, man. You know what I'm saying? Period.
No, we all are actually. I have a 7-year-old daughter. He has a 4-year-old boy.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah,
we're all currently not with the mother of our child.
right.
Then.
Okay. So
we're
you
all
know,
going through the
so
same
you
thing.
guys know, you know, and
Yeah.
understand that. For you know, and for me, man, I think some things, and like, you know, I also started like, I was getting a call today, and then I got like, I had went to Park, so we got like our ceiling tile done. My brother-in-law was doing it. And I went just to go. I had no reason to go. You know what I mean? I had like we were coming. I was carrying like this box. We were coming up the stairs with my 2 nieces. I had like 4 calls in the matter of like, you know, just going up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then my niece is like, dude, do people just ever leave you alone? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, and it's actually funny because I'm actually a very bad at answering phone calls. I think even that guy would tell you that, but he never answered, you know? But I think, you know, I think sometimes, like, you know, I do wish I had, you know, just space, like, you know, just room to breathe, just room to not answer, like, you know, attend certain, like, things, you know,
So
photo shoots, media, pop-ups, like, you know, and just be like, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a great segue, and you know, into this next question I got that, you know, relates to that. You know, you see every big company out there; they're always having, you know, that right hand man that they're building up. You know, maybe to take their spot. You know, and maybe it's something you want to do in the future. Maybe you're just like, no, I can keep going as long as I got to. But 2-part question: what are you looking for that person to take over for you?
100%. Yeah. No, yeah. For me, it's like, I can't do it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I want to, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like I can. I know that I can't physically. You know, I know that I have to, you know, put things to the side for, you know, and I have to, which is why I'm creating this team, this, you know, this structure of like, okay, you know, you're in charge of this. You need to do this. You need to do this. You know what I mean? I think time organization is very important in owning a business as a business owner, because it'll allow you to, you know, to make time for what you need to do, and you know how you need to do it. But if I will be honest, I mean, dude, I'm late. 9 times out of 10, I'm always like late to like just about everything. You know, here, like work. You know what I mean? I'm always just late. But I mean, no, yeah, definitely. I'm looking for somebody that can, you know,
Basically, fill the shoes that you
essentially,
wear.
of course. You know what I mean?
It's so good you say that. Sorry to cut you off. It's so good you say that because I've been reading this book. It's called Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. That book right there is literally everything you're saying right now. And I love when I was reading that book, it sounded so good because I resonated with it. You want to delegate these other things that you would need to do to other people so that you can really make time for the things that are more important to you, which is your family, your kids, your sanity, going to the gym, whatever it is. It's all about delegating the time to somebody else. In the book, he says, you'd rather find a person that can do 80% of what you can do, because now you're not necessarily needing to be there.
Exactly.
And now you can teach them some of the other things that you like, and they can catch on from 80 to 85%. And with more time, they'll be able to get better and better and better. And it's just helping you out in the long run, because now you can just try to take that stress away. Like, hey, okay, now they're going to handle the designs, or they're going to handle this.
Yep.
Now I can just move away from it and focus on what I need to do. So I think what's so important that you're saying right now is you're trying to get into the system and let everything just start rolling like a well-oiled machine.
Yes. And I think when people truly understand and the idea of like, you cannot trade, your time for money, like, it changes the way you look at everything. Like, my father is very like you need to work more, that way you can keep your payroll less. You know what I mean? He'll say something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, like, no, like, I can't be stuck in these 4 walls. Like, I need to work on in the business, not in the business, you know, sometimes. And this is, you know, so he has this very, again, I love my dad, you know, he's my hero, man. Like, you know, so my mom left me when I was 3. So, you know, I love my dad and I love everything he stands for. But sometimes he just think very negative, you know what I mean? And he's Mexican, you know, so
Yeah.
you know, he very old school. He's buy a house now, it'll grow up on value. Buy, you know what I mean? Do And I'm just like, you know, I try not to listen, you know, I mean, you know, he's my dad, but I try not to have those conversations with my dad because I try to tell him like, no, dad, like I can't, like what's $14, $15 an hour gonna, you know, save me in a whole day? Like, you know, I'd rather pay somebody to be here and I can be out there figuring out what's the next plan, you know, get to meet with the team, outside team and prep for the week, you know what I mean? Versus being stuck. I can only do so much here. Like, you know, if when I'm here, which is on Mondays, and even that's going to start changing this week, actually, like I will not, you know, be here like work, because Mondays and Wednesdays I work like all day and I'm like, that's it. Like, you know, I don't think the store needs a full day of me. It can get like, you know, a couple hours out of me, but I also need to know, I need to go out there and structure and prep for the rest of the week of what I need to do. Like, you know, I'm always, when we got these pop-ups, I'm always in a rush where I was like rushing late. We decided to plan you know, pack everything the night before or whatever. So, you know what I mean? And that's when I understand that I cannot trade my time for money. Like my time, it will always be more valuable. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think when people truly understand that, they start looking at things differently. Like, you know, and I mean, like I get it. Like you can't just hire, if you don't got, you know, the funds, you can't just hire somebody, right? Like, but you know, I think it's very important to try to find a way and, you know, and create. That's why, again, it's very important for me to create a team and have a solid team of like people that I know that are there for me, and they believe in everything that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I love that every single person that I'm with right now is working with me right now. They see exactly, they have the same end goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have the same end goal, and it's to, you know, just make the company great and greater and keep trying to elevate and take it to the next step and want to see me succeed. And also because, you know, if the company succeed, they succeed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, you know, there's higher ranks here. Like, you know what I mean? This is a starting up company. We're not even 2 years in this business, you know? So October 29th will be 2 years, but you know what I mean? And there's people that are just growing and growing and growing. And I think that's, you know,
You say that. I think the best part of this whole thing, like you said, to take it back to the very beginning, is the journey. And the people that you're bringing on now don't even realize how impactful they are to the whole journey with them starting right now at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like say you get 10 years in, they're like, damn, I remember when we were here.
Yeah.
Now we're in like 15 different states.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, and I'm at the top of the company. I'm not just at the bottom no more at one or two shops. Like he done leveled me up to be executive of this, executive of marketing, executive of designs, whatever. Now I'm not even working as hard helping build his dream. And now it doesn't really feel like work because these people are delegating their time to they're making somebody else do all this extra stuff. And now you can really sit back, like you said, and really just look at everything and say, okay, I'm just check this out. Okay, today they only need 3 hours of my day. All right, cool. After that, I'm good after 12 o'clock. Now I can go pick my kids up and go to lunch with them to school, whatever it is.
Right. No, yeah.
That's such a big thing that I could see happening.
No, yeah. Like I said, dude, I'm a father first. And that's definitely like, you know, my dream. Like, dude, seeing my kids and my sons, it's like all I could ask for. You know, that's one thing. I think one thing I feel like I'm also am very good at is that whenever I am with my kids, I know how to shut off. Like, you know, I know how to, it's father mode. You know what I'm saying? But the moment I do also drop my kids off, okay, it's got to call back this person, that person, this person. Okay, yeah, we need to do this. This needs to be, you know, whatever needs to be. So I think that's one thing I am good at. I want to say is that I know how to like shut off. When it's like go mode, let's go. But when it's like, okay, I'm with my family, I'm with my dad, like, nobody call me, like, or, you know, they kind of know. Like, my employees know not to call me on the week, like every other weekend, because I'm with my kids, and they just know. You know what I mean? But that's something I think I became good at, like, you know, just knowing how to shut off completely.
So what's it gonna take for you to get more time back, you know, with your kids, in terms of, you know, you finding a replacement for yourself? Because yes, you know, we're talking about having a team, and that's cool, but you know, you're going to have to find somebody that can basically replace you, that can swap you out. So how long do you think it's going to take? Because, I mean, you know, I'm hearing, okay, cool, you know, I got a team. I'm going to, you know, make time with my kids when I have my kids and, you know, shut everything else off. But, I mean, I don't mean to sound negative, but you can only do that for so long before your kids start to grow up, and then it's
and then
too
they
late.
don't say, and it's too late. Right. No, yeah. So, I mean, obviously the sooner the better, right?
Yeah.
Obviously that I want to just tell you that and the question's over with. But realistically, I think for me right now, but at the end of the day also too, like, I won't, like I said, I won't say that I don't spend any time with my kids. Like, like I said, I try to be, I'm there for, when I'm off, I'm there for them. You know what I'm saying? But I also, I know that I don't blame myself. The first time, so this is actually the second time me and the mother of my kids split up. The first time we split up, dude, I went through like this depressed mode, anxiety mode, where I just feel like I failed. I failed not as a father or more like I failed to try to keep my family in peace, because I come from a family of separation. She comes from a family of separation. So I failed. Everything we didn't want to do, we did it, right? So I went through like this anxiety mode. Like every other week, I felt like I was having a heart attack. I go to the hospital. I sit outside, debating if I should go in or not. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, I'm good. I'll just go back home. At the time, I was living in Grapevine. So then, so now, the second time that we split up, the reason why we got back together is because I said, you know what? I don't want to live the rest of my life with a what if. What if we did get back together and what if it did work, right? Yep. But now that we split up the second time, I'm at peace with, we tried. We both tried. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So, and so I don't beat myself up about it. Like, I know that what I'm doing it for my kids. Yep. And like you said, I know that my kids see that. I know that, because my kids are like so excited when they see me, Yeah. So I like I said, I mean, I guess to answer your question though, it'll take however long it needs to take. Yeah. Does that make sense? And and if that time doesn't get here, I know that at least by now, if in 10 years, I know that I at least don't want to get to the point where like I'm coming to the store every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily have to find a CFO or a COO. You know what I mean? I can eventually just find managers. Structure, like to create, knowing how to structure. Managers, district managers, general managers, and a company can run that way as well, because I did it in Chicago when I was in 4 malls, and I had my managers, my assistant managers, and it was just like smooth. So I know that everything. I already have the blueprint on how to do it. Obviously, it's a little different because I had kiosks versus actual storefronts, but I know that I can do it. But when am I gonna do it? I guess it'll just.
When God lets it happen.
I guess it'll just have determine on whether I'm ready to okay, it's time for me to step back for a little bit, and let's figure out what else we can do. You know what I mean? I would love to get in other things. Before this, I had a party bus called Party on Wheels. So
nice.
I had that. I used to drive for Tay Money. I drove for Rome. You guys know the guy from Hennessy. So I drove for him. Not me, but I had a driver, and you know what I mean, dude. So I think that just for me, it's just I try not to get stuck in one position. I'm the person that doesn't talk about the problem, because we know the problem, right? You sit here, I tell people like, okay, bro, they're like stressing. I'm like, okay, bro, you talking about the problem too much. Yeah. What's the solution? Let's talk about the solution. You keep telling yourself, damn, bro, this happened. That's cool. You already know the problem. What's the solution? How we fix this? Let's talk about that. The solution. People get so tied up, man, trying to take 10 steps. I always tell people, can you at least see your next step? Yeah, okay, take that. Take that next step for now. Worry about the other 9, after you take that first one. And people get so entangled, and then that's when anxiety kicks in, and that's when depression kicks in, and that's when all these, fucking mental shit happens, that you get so caught up in shit, and then you just feel like, you that's it, you done for. And that's what starts building that negativity in your mind of like, I'm done, I need to give up because this didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Bro, fuck that, man. Going back to my brand, what it stands for and what it means. It's break the chain. Be the change, man. Like if you think you got to be the one. That's what I feel. At least in my family, I feel like I'm the one. I'm the one that's gonna take us out of whatever position we're in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I think. And so some people just don't think the same way, and that's cool. But I think for me, man, I can't give up.
I can tell you're passionate about it just by the change in your voice inflections, the body motion, dude. I can tell like that.
I feel like I'm rapping,
bro. That spirit definitely does live in you, man. It's crazy because we all feel that same way, man. It's like, what's the next step? Because I bought a house when I was 24, and I'm like, okay, what next? Yeah. And I'm sitting on my hands. I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I need to do something else, bro. If not, I'm gonna be here for another 20 years. I'm just like, dude. So that's why when we went ahead and started this whole podcast, blow it up. What we like to do yeah, I see your podcast in the back. Everybody has, some sort of way to like get their message out there.
Right.
But, what we like to do is like, we like to bring entrepreneurs who don't get on the podcast as much, who don't get to share that side of, of them that people don't see, and then, at the end of the day, bro, let me tell you, I got like 5 or 6 collaborations that are, continuing to blow up just because, that person that we brought on, people are still liking their stuff. They're still reaching out to them. I got a message 2 days ago from somebody we had on the podcast. Like, bro, like ever since you did that clip, people are coming to me for business because they see that.
Right.
So I like the fact that you're coming on here and you're telling your story. And, I also appreciate the fact that you're allowing us to share your story as well, dude.
Again, bro, I'm grateful. I don't take nothing for granted. I'm grateful that you guys, wanted me on the pod. I've turned down 2 pods this year, not more so because I was just so busy. It had nothing to do with like I'm not ready to talk about nothing. I was just really just more so I was just so busy at the time, like going through the separation. Me and the mother of my kids. This happened February this year, and it was just bad time. It was the beginning of the year. We had we were already remodeling Parks Mall. It was just so much, you know what I mean. But I definitely owe them a conversation, like a response, and because I mean I think like I said, I want to. The more attention, the more viewers I can get, the better. I want people to know who I really am and what I stand for. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I am the brand. Like,
Yeah.
I am unsponsored. You know what I mean? And then that's how I try to move to preach this to people that how I started my brand.
Yep.
But aside from that, what my brand stands for is to make sure that that when you start something, whether it's a job, a hobby, a business, whatever. Don't seek approval, man. Like, people are not gonna see. Like I said, people are not gonna see what you see in the long run. You can't sit here and wave $1 million to your boy, tell him, bro, get in stock market. Look, $1 million. If that's not what if that's not what moves, bro's not gonna move.
Facts.
Respectfully, like when the whole crypto shit was going on and all that, my boy, he made a couple $100. That's cool. You know what I mean? But it's not what moved. And it wasn't that I was close-minded, that I was missing out on money. Maybe I did. That's cool.
Yeah.
But
it just wasn't for you.
It just wasn't for me. You can't tell me to. Like I said, you can't. If that doesn't motivate me, it's not going to move me. That's not what I want. You know, that's not. I've never been the online. I've never been the network marketing salesperson. I've always been the direct selling. I like to create shit. I like to create stuff, which is why I created a product. Yeah. Which is why I sold shoe cleaner. You know what I mean? Which is why I sell clothes. You know what I mean? Which is why I sold CDs. Like the communication, the word of mouth, the getting to meet you and have a conversation with you and letting you know what I'm selling and what I'm doing is just for me. It's just what I feel like. It's old saying, but word of mouth would always be the best advertisement. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
But yeah, man.
Would you say, or unless you have a different answer, what would you say that's what's been so gratifying for you through this whole process? Is being able to have people walk into your store, like your design, something you created, like the material, like the bag that it comes in, likes the whole process. Is that what's gratifying to you?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things for sure. I mean, I think it's like I said. I think it's dope when people come in here like, bro, this is so tough. And then the next question they ask, like, where you get these at? And I'm like, oh, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like sometimes, bro, it's so funny because like people will come in here and they'll have a genuine conversation. We chopping it up. It's all friends and like, and it's all like they support and they buy a shirt. And at the end it's like, yeah, bro, I'm trying to start my own clothing brand, bro. If you don't mind me asking who you manufacture, I'm like, fuck, bro. Like we don't have a whole 10-minute conversation. And it's just like, fuck. Like I hate to tell you no. So you know what I mean? I'm just like, I just started telling, which is also why it forced me to bring a marketing coordinator, which is Hyro, because so there was another problem that I also struggle with was like telling people no. Like I'm like, I feel like I'm so nice, dude, and I feel like I am. Like people would come in here and be like, hey, bro, what's up? I'm trying to become a brand ambassador. Like, I'm trying to promote. And then I was like, yeah, bro, whatever, I got you. People would have like 900 followers. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'll give you a shirt. Hyro's like, that's it, bro. Last year we gave away probably $29,000 worth of product for like all our influencers and shit. So this year we did a whole totally different system. Like they have a system, they have a so this year we're taking on ambassadors, but we created a system. Like they have rules, they get 2 items, like they have to bring in sales, they have to requirements, they have to meet 2 posts. Like so when we take into ambassadors now, instead of giving them the stuff, they have to come in here. We give them a discount. They buy it. They create content for 2 weeks. If we like it, we'll bring you on. If we don't like it, then it's okay. But you at least us, got the product for. So now we actually have a program that that's called
Your ambassador,
a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
But so it's did you look?
Yeah, I did.
Shit, yeah. So you come in here and you meet you get on a Zoom call with Jairo. But another thing why I needed to bring Jairo, that's not what I was gonna say, but why I wanted to bring Jairo is because when people would come here, like I said, people come here and chop it up with me, it was so cool. We had this connection. And then when they asked me, I didn't know how to say no.
I'm dead.
So now I know how to be like, you know what, bro, you got to go talk to Jairo. And that guy's really more like on the.
Because I still
It's
don't
not
know.
up to me.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, bro, I'm not. I was like, bro, I'm not even the
He's
person to
like,
talk
I
to.
still don't know how to say no.
I'm just like, bro, like I don't, you have to go talk to him, man. Like fill out the application. When you send it back, they'll review it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how it works, And those are also things that that we've learned, throughout the process of. Versus just giving out, just inventory. Like, here you go, here's product, here's product. Like I said, we still give out product to when we see people or influencers, we're trying to target a certain market, like places.
Yeah.
Most of our sales from last year, dude, they were all from Dallas. And it was crazy because I'm just like, bro, I was dropping off product or orders to some by where I live, like that gym that I go to, I was like, what, bro, it's 10 minutes, bro, and I've dropped off 7-minute orders. I'm like, bro, for real, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's cool, and I think for me, it's very dope when I see orders from out of
state.
I've had one from France.
That's fire.
That was very
Does that
cool.
get expensive, right?
Shipping, and then you have to fill this custom paper through USPS, and I'm just
So
bro,
extra.
it's, you know what I mean? But they order, they pay for it, so I'm just I still ship
I'll
it
do
out.
the work. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and bro, but aside from that, man, I think for me, it's been the most gratifying thing that just keeps me going is that I love seeing people tag us, and then another thing too, speaking of the tagging, there's some stuff that I don't repost because it'll be people tagging us and they'll be at the strip club, or they'll be at the fucking with a Glock and shit. They'll be or smoking. And I'm just like, I can't.
That's not the perception you want to give off. Yeah,
I'm for real. And or some of my people will send me a video look, bro, this DJ, this guy's slapping that. I'll be like, okay, but we not finna repost that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Appreciate the love, but not.
No, exactly. I was like, so there's it's more so, and not even we're trying to protect an image. It's more so just there's kids that follow us on there. We can't just repost that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but still, shout out to them because they came in here, they supported, they bought a shirt. Another thing that that keeps me going is when I see this stuff outside, and I'm just like, bro got my shirt, So I think for me that's cool, man. I love seeing that shit. It's a feeling, bro, I really can't explain to you.
Do you go to somebody? Have you seen somebody wearing your shirt? You'd be like, hey, bro, I appreciate you for wearing that.
No.
They'd be like, what the
I just
heck?
be like,
No.
I actually saw a guy leaving the gym today. He had the Luca teeth in black, and I was like, I like your shirt. I'm like, appreciate it, bro. He started telling me, oh yeah, no, I've been there, bro. I was like, yeah. So I mean, no, I don't tell him that. I think 2 or 3 times where we went to Houston one time, and we went to Houston, and then we were some part of town of Dallas. I can't remember where we were. We were at fuck this gym, Preston. I forgot. It was a gym place. No, it was a gym. It was a gym, and I saw a guy. We gave him a $100 gift card. We were at the airport. We saw a girl. She had a Texas Ranger see the black. I gave her $100 gift card. I'm like, hey, here you go. Go shop and stuff like
That's
that.
fire.
You know what I mean? Just more I don't do it to every person I see. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't. Again, there's some I just can't do it. It's more so si me nace el corazón, if it comes out of me, then I'm just go give bro $100 gift card, whatever. And there's people, bro, that we've had we've had regulars for 2 years now. Where I have a guy from Dubai, her cousin Elena, her cousin is from Dubai, comes every single Black Friday and just spends the bag here, bro. He spends.
That's nice.
He spends some money now
Dubai
every year, bro. So they're so she comes and she brings. I know her, but she brought her cousin in, and every so this. Last year was our second Black Friday, so that's the reason why I say every Black Friday, because we've only had 2. But I actually, it's funny because she messaged me today. I haven't responded to her, but I'm just like, okay, we're gonna figure out what happens, whatever. But no, man, I think it's cool. I think despite the people that come in here, man, and buy a T-shirt, it goes a longer way than that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather have a person that supports every single drop or every single month, or that's a repetitive customer, versus a person that comes here once and never comes in again and spends $500, if that makes any sense. And if not, the reason why I say that, because the person that comes here every time and shops and buys a shirt and sometimes buys a, every like monthly or weekly or whatever, and we do have those, for me that means a lot more. Not that the person that spent $500 doesn't mean anything, but that person probably, like I said, it was like a one-time thing and we never saw them again.
That brand loyalty.
Yeah.
It was, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like the person that like comes every single drop and gets bro, we have people, I have moms in here that, bro, I kid you not, like, dude, my son has all your stuff. Like, he loves your stuff and, et cetera. Excuse me, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, bro, that to me just, it drives me a totally different way. Then I'm just like, we need to go harder.
See, brands, I feel like what you said right there is so key, because brands are literally built off of return customers. Mm-hmm. That's literally what brands are. All brands are. Why do you shop at Nike? Because you like Nike. You're just going to keep going, keep going. That's the brand you like. So no matter what it is, the way you keep making money and stay relevant is by having those return customers. Return customers are so key. Those are the ones, like you're saying, that you want to keep showing love to.
Yeah, no, I like, bro, I kid you not, I've had people compare myself to other stuff, and they're just like, bro, this is like, I need to come here. I love this stuff. And bro, that just moves me, bro, and it just brings some joy to me that I'm just like, I must be doing a good job. Again, going back to what, why it was very important for me to make sure that what I was going to sell, it was going to be good. Like, because sometimes when you're starting up a clothing brand, and this is a mistake that, to answer your question, when you ask me, like, what are some mistakes that people say make or I made? Sometimes, all you have is one impression. Mm-hmm. Somebody comes here, buys a shirt, and that shit was ass or whatever. they're not coming back. That's it. Like, so sometimes all you have is one impression, which is why it's very important for me to always, every time we get something, we always get a sample of it first, and we test out the product and make sure it's good, and you know what I mean. So that way we know what we're gonna sell and what we're gonna offer. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it's very important for me to like I said, to know that I have a one-time impression for new people, because we have new people every single day coming here. Like, it's the first time, yeah. It's the first time, yeah. So, I pitch them who we are, what we are, and what we're about, and you know what I'm saying. Like, like I said, we're essentially now just a retail store, and that's what I'm trying to create. Like, I'm trying to create this, make it into a corporate where we're like, now we're gonna have 3 stores. People are gonna be like, okay, this is cool. We're seeing these guys everywhere. Like, what the hell? Like, this is gonna essentially take off. You know what I mean? No, and I know it will. And I know it will. And I the way I work and the way I envision everything,
it's a matter of time.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, and that's why I love this. You know what I'm saying? Because the day, people say like, damn, bro, it's taking you so long. I get it, bro. Like, there's some times where I feel like I feel like, man, I work so hard, and like, what am I working for, bro? Like, it's been 2 years. Like, why my shit not taking off? What am I doing wrong? We got the dope videos. We got the dope content. We got influencers. Mm-hmm. We got influencers with millions of followers. Like, what the hell? What is it gonna take? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know that the day that it happens, I'm gonna look back and I'm like, damn, bro, it happened with the snap of
just like
finger.
That.
And and that's gonna be so. That's the end goal, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the prize. The prize is a journey. Every single moment, you spend building this brand, your business, whatever, that's the prize. That's the real fucking prize. That's what, that's what you should really see as like, dude. Because once you make it, you made it. That's it.
It's hard to go back.
Where the grind at? That's it. You've accomplished $1 million. You've accomplished 1 million sales. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously you can always try to get to the next million, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you got to enjoy, and you have to enjoy that shit. Like, people try to start a clothing brand and try to sell T-shirts. I'm like, bro, you want to sell T-shirts? Or you want to start a business? Like, what are we doing here? That's one thing I try to tell people, that the guys that come in here and ask me, like, bro, this is this company called Steady Evolving. They come in here, and I've been mentoring them for like the past 3 Mondays, and they'll come in here and just sit for like 4 hours and just talk to me. And bro, the kids are great. They're actually not even kids. I'm lying. One is like 30 and then one is like 24, 23. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So for them to come to me and I'm just like spend like 4 hours with me, I'm like, bro, to me that just even means like a lot. I'm like, bro, you really came here sit down for 4 hours and just listen to me talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or obviously not just talk, but get knowledgeable. I mean, for me, I'm grateful for that. That you're even willing to listen to what I gotta say. But essentially, man, I know that this will work. It's a matter of time, like you said. But I know that till that time happens, I know that I have to keep working. I know that I have to keep pushing. Whatever it takes, I'm here for it. And then my employees know that Like I said, which is why I spend so much time here, which is why I spend so much time working on the brand. Like, what's next? How do we elevate? Like, how do we throughout the whole year though, that's one thing I'm always doing is either creating samples or creating tech packs for like the clothing brands to know what we have to like, what's hot. Did we like this? We've made stuff that we haven't even dropped, that we'd never drop.
Yeah.
All like failure to design, or just it wasn't something that we thought was gonna hit great. So you know what I mean? And those things that we like either give away. We've had like manufacturer errors. Those are things that we've had to give away too. But essentially, man, yeah, that's like I said, that's the end goal for sure.
I like that.
Yeah, I know we might have to wrap this up because the recorders or the cameras only have a little bit of time.
Yeah, yeah. It's about the batteries. But
So
yeah.
my main question is, can we get sponsored? No, I'm just like,
Sponsored by us.
I'll just like-
At the but to a little bit about that. Sometimes people come in here like, bro, isn't it funny that you sponsor people, but your company's calling sponsor? I'm like, yeah, man, but you see, I always put it to you like this. It ain't about the sponsor. It's about people not seeing your dreams. Like, let's say Kyrie Irving, for example, right?
Yeah.
He was sponsored, Nike, but they didn't believe in what he was trying to do, which is why. He had no control over his shoe design, over what he was trying to do with the sneakers. So you see what I'm saying? That's what we try to, pitch to people, like let people fall in love with that. The message, I mean, it's more than just being sponsored with the clothing brand. That it's truly about like just understanding the message, bro. Like that sometimes all you got is yourself.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes all you fucking need is yourself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody else. You don't need, bro. When me and the mother of my kids separated, bro, and this is like something that I'm just gonna say. And my videographer will vouch for me because he stayed in this fucking carpet with me. When I had to leave and I had nowhere to go, and this is recently, bro. This is February.
Yeah.
My videographer came from Houston. I had no place to go. I'm like, but I have a store, So I stayed here. I stayed in the carpet right here where we're like sitting on top of. And my videographer stayed right next to me. You know what I'm saying? And we were just like, bro, I had nowhere else to go. I was staying in my truck. And those are just things that you deal with. Shit ain't sweet, bro. You see me, people see me like, bro, I want to be like, no.
they don't even know what you got to do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand. They don't see that. I don't share that either,
Yeah.
But obviously, but it's okay. I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it. Like shit, fucking Elon Musk slept in his office for like 7 days. You know what I'm saying? And that fucker's a billionaire. You know what I mean? So sleeping on this carpet. I mean, I had pillows. I'm chilling. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And that's, bro. Like, so whatever people are struggling with, I guess this is something I would like to say, bro. It don't matter. Like, we all got different, struggles. They might be different. Some might be tougher, but it ain't even about the struggles. It's about like, can you get through that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about the struggle. Like, again, the problem is a problem. What's the solution? Can you get the solution? Can you resolve this? Can you move past this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's so good you say that real quick before we do wrap this up. You say that, and the good example of that would be, it's not how hard you get hit, it's how you respond.
100%.
And that's literally it. You can get knocked down, lose your car, lose your job, but it's like, are you just going to stay down? Or are you going to say, oh, no, screw that. I got to go get a new job. I got to go get a new car. I got to grind. I got to do this. I got to do that.
Facts.
And a lot of people fail to mentally grasp that whole concept of, hey, I just got to get up and keep going no matter what.
But when we lost our shoe store, my partners, because I had partners in there too, they're freaking out. What we going to do next? What we going to do next? But to me, it's like, I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost. In Chicago, I had also a partner. I guess this is my first business that I've ever done solo. And I've lost it all. I came here, I lost it all again. It's fine. I've been here before. I know what to do. So I know, for me, bro, I know that failing exists, but I try to make sure that it doesn't exist in my book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I know that this shit gotta work. It's going to work. And I'm going to be the reason why it works.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I wake up with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I am the purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's one thing. I take that shit to the heart, bro. I take that shit with pride. I know that, bro. There's some, like, I'm humble, but there's some days that I know that I can outwork motherfuckers. And that's what I'm about. Like, I might not be I own a clothing brand. And I might not be the fittest, and I'm 5'5", and I might not be the tallest. But I'll tell you, I'm 5'5", and I'm using every single inch of my fucking body in me. You know what I'm saying? To go hard, to wake up, to put this shit to fucking work, to make sure that at the end of the day, every 2 weeks, my employees are getting paid, my team's getting paid, everything's getting handled. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And bro, like, there's some people that got shit going on and they don't even know what
What they got.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Vic, I appreciate you so much
Oh, yeah,
for your
no, I appreciate
time,
you guys,
letting us do this inside your store.
Oh, yeah.
Letting us get some information that nobody else is going to get to see until this releases.
Yeah.
So I really, really do appreciate you for letting
fellas.
us do this,
Oh
man.
yeah, bro. No, I'm grateful for you guys, bro. And anytime, bro, you guys want to come over here, bro, and if you guys want to do part 2 at Parks, we can definitely do that.
Oh,
bro.
that'd be
Like,
tough right there
You know what I'm
too.
saying? So like, you let me know, bro. I'm here for it, man. I'm sorry, I do apologize. I was like 6 minutes late, but you know what I'm saying,
Hell,
bro.
I
Like,
was 45 minutes early. I saw your
Oh,
boy.
were you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, it's because like I live down the street, and then I saw your boy, and I was like, "Hey, I'm here to shoot a pod at 8." And he's like, "Yeah, he's not gonna be here till like 8." I'm like, "That's cool." I came early because I wanted to set up. Because as soon as he came in, I wanted to be like,
Dope.
"All right,
Nah,
cool."
bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime you guys want to do this, bro. Like, you know, shoot, whatever. I'm here for it, bro. Like, you know, I'm grateful that you guys consider me. You know, I also love the podcast. Like, you know, I saw Frankie's episode, and I think what you guys are doing is also great. Like, I think, you know, going back to what you were saying, you saw the pod. Like, some people, everybody wanted to, just like everybody
Yeah.
wants to start a clothing brand. Everybody wanted to start a podcast, but it's just about like, you know, it falls down to just everything, right?
Yeah.
Being consistent and keeping consistent. And I think that's one thing you guys are doing very great at, shooting pod after pod after pod, and that's actually very good. You know, because now you're elevating your podcast to, you know, like. And I think that's one thing I struggle with a lot trying to create this, because it was like, okay, we can get a person, but like what? Like, you know, what you know, how do we, what's the niche? I guess we never found a niche to our podcast, but like you said earlier, your niche is like, you try to bring these entrepreneurs and people that are like to talk about their business. And I think that's actually very cool. Like, you know,
Really
with me, my pod, I kind of really never found a niche, which is kind of, we really slowed down on it.
Yeah.
But you saw we bought all this like shit, and then we're just like, now it's just fucking collecting dust. You see what I'm saying? But so I definitely think, bro, like, you know, what you guys are doing is great, and I keep doing it, bro. Like, how old are you guys, or young are you guys?
I'm 19.
No fucking shit. I was like, fuck, no way.
No, we're both 27.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking, I'm like, because after 25, I just forget.
No, for real.
Honestly, yeah, as a man, it's probably another day. Another birthday is just another day. Really.
Yeah, no, for real. No, facts. No, I just wanted to know, like, you know, and bro, like I said, I love anytime, bro, you guys are, you know, welcome. I also, you know, love that you guys support the brand, and, you know,
Yeah, I
and
appreciate
Oh, you've
wanted
been
to
checking out the shorts?
Yeah. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So I love that shit, bro. You know what I mean? And, you know, I wish, you know, we can run it back. Like, let me know.
for sure.
I'm here for it, man. For
I
sure.
appreciate it, man. Thank you
yeah.
so much for having us on here in your store, dude. Like, for real, bro. Like, I mean, I get it. You know, we talk to so many business owners, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, for sure, I got you." Then they, you know, stop talking to us. I'm like, what happened? But I like the fact that you're able to, you know, get all this set together.
Yeah,
and
that
just
bro,
bring us on,
you guys saw him, like, bro, I offered to,
Yeah.
like, whatever. Like, if I know you guys had all your equipment already, but if you guys needed to use any of mine, I was like,
No,
bro,
I
like,
appreciate
that's why
it, man.
That's who I am, man. Like, you know, like I said, I move genuine, I move with a heart, and I move with no, you know, with expecting no repays. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not how this works. You know, if I do, just know that I do it because I wanted to do it, and I don't, you know, this shit, like, you know, I will never ask for anything. But that's just, I feel like that, thanks to the person I am, has helped me be where I'm at now. And I will say that thankfully, bro, thank to God, thank the man upstairs, that I've really haven't really ever faced through a problem that I'm just like, fuck, like I'm in this niche where I just like, I'm down bad, I'm down with no money, like, you know, whatever, you know, and I feel like because of the person that I am, you see what I'm saying? Then again, I also don't let people borrow money, so then that's probably why, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've definitely learned that shit the hard way, bro. So
I like the fact that you mentioned that, because, you know, at the end of the day, God doesn't give anything we can't handle.
Exactly. No, facts. You know
So we just got to take it and work with it.
Exactly.
And make it work.
No, facts. Fellas, I appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you so
very
much, man.
Hey, thank you guys for everybody for watching this amazing episode. Hopefully you like, comment, subscribe, and give him a follow. Come check out his store in Parks Mall and Grand Prairie Outlets. We'll see you guys at the next episode of Direct Discussions. Appreciate it.